SmartSuite just overhauled its dashboard features, offering powerful new tools to enhance your workflow. In this video, I'll show you how to level up your order management system using these powerful new features. Check it out. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Zach Stevenson. I'm a business process and no-code consultant. If you need help streamlining or automating any of your business processes, you can visit our website, interdevsolutions.com, or you can click the link in the description below to book a free consult. If you do not have a SmartSuite account already, there is a link in the description below to get started. I have previously demonstrated order management systems in the past, both for Airtable and SmartSuite. I'm just going to show you how to use dashboards to your advantage and streamline your process and your workflow. Once you already have your order management solution set up, or if you already have one, you can go in here and add a new view. Create new view, and we'll select this dashboard here, and you can label it whatever you want. I'm just going to call this one orders because that's what we're going to focus on. For example, we'll have orders and then line items to those orders. We'll have projects and the tasks that are linked to those projects. Anything that has that type of hierarchy. This can be very useful and powerful for you. I'll just go create the new view, and then we have the option here to add a widget. There's also this settings button. So this is new as well. SmartSuite has a lot of videos already out there, a lot of documentation that is describing on how to use a lot of these different features. I'm not going to jump into that too much. I'm going to show you specifically how to use a couple of these widgets for your orders and line items. But within the settings here, you have a few different tabs across the top. We've got navigation where we can add additional tabs. So within one dashboard, we would have an option to click through different tabs depending on your reporting needs or the views that you want to set up. So that way you don't have to create a whole bunch of different views. You can create one view, maybe everything pertaining to orders here, and then just different tabs. So one that allows you to maybe add new orders, one that allows you to see reports based on these orders, and those types of things. It's really simple. You just click enable, and then you can create your different tabs here. And you can see when I click this and type in tab 2, I can flip back and forth between the two different tabs, but I'm going to disable that. I'm not going to go into it too much here. Go in and add a widget. As I've mentioned, there's a lot of different new widgets that SmartSuite has released, and they have a lot more that they are going to be releasing in the next few weeks to next few months. So there's page display. You got a lot of flexibility here. There's one thing in particular, the record display, that I want to work with. There's two that are currently available, and these are the two that I want to use. We have a record selector and a record details, and I'll show you an example of how they work here in a minute. Record selector, very simply, it's going to let you select a table. So in this case, we're going to select our sales orders, which is our list of all our orders. And then that way we can filter based on the specific order that we selected. And I might as well just demonstrate what that looks like. We can just label this with sales orders, and we can see here the source is our sales order. We have some flexibility. We can go into style. We can have a drop down or list. I'm going to select list, and I'll just have a background color as well. Flip back to general, and we have a couple options. So allow users to create new records. In our case, I want to allow the user to be able to create a new sales order directly from this dashboard. I'm going to keep that turned on, and then the selection drop down, you can pick the fields to display. You have all of the different fields that are found within the sales order, but I'm just going to leave it as sales order ID. That gives us enough information. Add this widget. It shows us a little example of what it would look like. And I can go ahead and click add widget. I don't need it to extend all the way across, so I can drag it in a little bit. And I'm going to go in and add another widget here because the record selector on its own doesn't do a whole lot for us. We'll go back down to record display, select record details, and now we can show all of the details related to the specific record that we're going to select. I will just call this order details. You can add a description if you want. The source, we're going to link that to the sales order selector that we just created. And style, I'll make that a neutral color as well. And then fields. This is where we can bring in all of the fields that exist or pertain to that specific record. There's a few things. I want to bring in the customer name and email first off. And you can see when you click the little settings icon here, you have an option. So you can have it as read only or edit. Again, in this case, I want to allow our users to be able to edit the details to this order right within this view. Help text, I don't want to display any. In the field name, I do want to display that. If I hit no, it would hide the field name up here, but I'm just going to leave it as yes. And then you have a field width option. You have 4 different settings here that you can gradually make it bigger. I'm just going to hit apply with the customer email. That's fine as well. I'm going to add some more fields here. I want to bring in the order status and I'll apply that. I'll bring in the quote date. I will bring in the order date, bring in the total cost. And this is a linked field option here. I want to link to the sales order items. These are essentially the line items within your order. Select that. This is fine for now. I'm going to leave that set up the way it is. And then here we can see the link to sales order items. That's good enough for now as well. I'm just going to hit the settings option, make sure that the permissions is edit is on, and that's good. Now I can add the widget here. If I toggle off the edit mode, puts it into view mode, we can use this accordingly. So from here, I've selected this order that we've entered previously, and it will show me the information. I can go in here and change the name if required, or email. So I could change it if needed to John Smith, and it will update our sales order record. So we can see here, it's now updated here as well. And you can change the order status and everything in line. Now we can see the link to the sales order items. We can see the quantity, the unit price, and what the actual item is. If we need to change that, it'd be pretty easy. Come in here, select the item, and maybe they want to order 6. We can hit save. It will update here as well. One thing I noticed in this field, we do not have the total price. And to change that, we can go back into the grid view, just expand one of these records, go down to our link to sales order items, and we'll modify the field, and we'll just add the field to display here for the item total, and we can update the field. Once we save that, go back into the orders, we can see the item total here now is $900. If I click back into it, change it back to 4 and hit save, it'll update as you can see here. Now, if you want to add another line item, you just come into the link to items here, and we'll just create a new item. I'm going to show you how to create a whole new order. So we can come up to here, create a new record, and we can add in the customer name. If I just type in customer name, hit save, it'll populate here. And if I select it, I can come down and enter and update the rest of the information pertaining to the order. And we can come in to the link to sales order items, create a new item. We can select the product that we want to link to. Maybe they want to buy some kitchen chairs. They're going to get 8 of those, and we'll hit save. And then we can link, create a new item, and select maybe a bar, and they just want 1 of those. They're going to get a kitchen table as well, just 1 of those. And we can hit save, and we can see it populate. We're adding all of our line items, and it's going to bring in the total cost. And you come in here, add in the other information that's required, and change the status. And all of that is done within just this one dashboard view. That way it prevents you from having to add records here as an order and then go into the sales order items and link them, or link them directly from this expanded record view. It makes it a lot simpler and a lot cleaner, because then you can just display the information that you want displayed to whoever your end user is. And then from within here, if you want to open up the full order, you still have that option. We're within this Jane order here. And if we expand the record, we can see the entire record. And again, that's without having to flip through the different tables and into the different views. As mentioned, there's a lot of new options within the dashboards view and all of the widgets that are now available or are going to be available. But this is one really easy way to streamline your order management or your project management workflow. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get more tutorials in the future.